Sunday night. Gonna do some hobby streaming. Yeah. Yeah, heck. Gonna do some hobby streaming. Yeah. Yeah, heck. Yeah, we're gonna let everybody know that we're streaming. Gonna let them all know. You wanna be here to welcome them as they get here? You wanna say hi? You can be cute and say hello. You can do that. As you can. You're so good at it. Oh, goodness. They're saying, hello everybody and welcome to the stream. My name is Hector and I will be periodically interrupting everything that's going on so that I can get attention. Yay! Well, that's exactly what you're saying. You're very good at saying it. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Hello. Hello. You're gonna make it a little bit harder. A little bit harder because you want the attention, and I gotta let everybody know that we're streaming. So that makes things a little difficult. But you certainly do bring the cute factor in. Oh, you're giving me kisses. That's so nice, heck. That's so nice. Saying hello to all of the people out there. And giving them something to look at that isn't just my painting desk. And now you're scratching my chair. Thank you for that. All right. I think we told everybody that we are streaming. Thank you for providing that beautiful introduction, heck. Really appreciate it. Really appreciate it. Yes. We are happy about that. Oh, yes, we are. Yes, we are. Now, heck, we have to decide what we're going to be painting tonight. I thought I might work on this guy. You think so? You're meowing a lot, so I think we'll work on him. Oh, we should change out the pictures because we are not working with those lollipops anymore. Let's find a picture of a cosmic brownie so that we can put it up there to reference. Now, for anyone joining us in the chat, Hector has differing opinions, apparently. But when I was a kid, I distinctly remember that the cosmic brownies had the divide in the middle of them. Apparently, they don't anymore. They just don't have it. I think that's weird. And people are saying, like, you know, it's one of those, like, Berenstein bears sort of deals. Where, like, you know, we remember it differently than it actually was. But yeah, I definitely remember cosmic brownies, and I think even the image I found and just saved, they had that dip in the middle. Getting that cosmic brownie picture up there. Heck, you are so dang cute and so dang mischievous. You almost knocked over my beverage. It's Sunday, so I'm enjoying some Coke. You know. Here we go. There are some cosmic brownies up in the corner, just so the color scheme is there for reference for anybody joining us. There we go. Hector is perched right right up at my desk, sniffing my phone, taking a look at things. There'll never be a face cam, but maybe one day I'll have a separate camera just to track Hector as he watches me paint. So, let's see. This is what we're working with. This is the Break-A Boss on Meyer Brute Trogoth model. Let me turn my microphone here so that is better. And I'm painting the Trogoth itself to have a Cosmic Brownie color scheme, and you can see that I've made some decent progress already getting this model further and further along where it's going. But there's still some stuff I gotta do. I'm really thinking that today I want to work on figuring out how to do the little, because I want the sprinkles to be like the indentations, the crusty bits in the troll's skin. I don't know if they're showing up on camera, but he's got all these nice little indentations that would make for good sprinkles, and I can do them kind of sporadically. And I tried to give his body like a nice brownie color, which I think I've achieved somewhat well. So yeah, that's him. That's how he's come along. And I have the little guy at the top. Don't quite know. It looks like I hadn't decided what color I wanted to do his belly plate and the fur. So I should figure that out and get his straps all painted up. I'll probably just go with red for the straps, because it seems like giving those to the important leaders in this army is how things have been going. So I think that's what we'll do. And I gotta decide also how I'm going to be painting up the evil eye. I think red and yellow would be a good choice. So I might do that. I have him, and I have the infantry that we built left to paint, and then that will be everything I need for 500 points in my Cruel Boys list. And then once I have that 1,500 points, I think all I'll have to do is paint one more unit of Bolt Boys, and then I will have my tournament list ready. I think ideally I'd like to swap a few things, but that's like if I get money that I can spend before the tournament, and don't want to spend that money there at the tournament buying cool hobby stuff. I don't know if they'll have any cool models that I need to pick up or anything like that, so we'll wait and see. But today we're just gonna start putting some little sprinkles on this guy. Hey, Josh! I'm sorry that the Chiefs lost. You seem really into sports ball. That must be cool, having that. I'm sorry that your team didn't do as well as it could have. Maybe next time they will play the sports ball a little bit better. Welcome to the stream. Happy to have you here. Might not be as entertaining as beer, wine, and sports, but nice little Sunday evening stream time. A little bit intimidated to go back to work tomorrow and get more phone calls, but I'm gonna do it. I got all of the grocery shopping and cleaning that I needed to do today done. I baked a cake. I watched a movie. My friend had told me that one of their favorite movies was the 1986 animated Transformers movie, which is terrible. I just watched it, so I feel I can say with certainty that it is a terrible film. It spends the majority of its runtime introducing characters that it then doesn't do anything with. And everything is moving at 200% all of the time. But what I can tell you is also that it is the most aggressively 80s thing I think I've ever seen. And that's not nothing. It was very weird, but very entertaining. Not really into sports ball, just disappointed they didn't make it to the Super Bowl. Well, you know, in the end, I think only 2 teams get to go to the Super Bowl. So, you know, the odds of your team being the team that gets there, it's hard. It's not an easy battle to win. Maybe next year. Maybe next year. Do you think we should give this guy green hair? I'm debating between green or blue. Obviously his clubs are made of giant cotton candy. Duh. But I'm not sure what color for his hair. I think I'll try blue. I think blue might work good. I'm sorry. You're wrong, Josh. The 1986 Transformers film is not the greatest film ever. And I know you and my friend Dustin are gonna disagree with me on that, but it's just not. You cannot tell me that they don't spend the majority of that film just introducing more Transformers. It's like, oh, here's Ultra Magnus, and he's gonna be really important. And here's Astro Train. He's a ship that he's just a train in space. That's his dealio. Oh, and here's Megatron. Oh no, Megatron's dead. Now we have to have what's his name? Like Galvatron. It was fucking Galvatron. Now we have to have Galvatron, and we have Unicorn, who's gonna destroy everything. And Hot Rod, the freaking dumbest character I've ever... Not ever. One of the dumbest characters I've ever had the displeasure of witnessing is incredibly important for some goddamn reason. Just a dummy, that guy. And also there are humans for some reason. I also went to animation school, Josh, so you can't pull that card against me. I did go to school for media arts and animation. I have my bachelor's in media art and animation. So don't try and pull that card, because that's not going to work. I know things about plot and story structure, and while some of the scenes are very well animated and have a lot going on, other times, it is just some flashing lights and colors or a still frame of a Transformer with only the mouth moving to signal that they are talking. Yeah, I saw that Galvatron was voiced by Leonard Nimoy, and Orson Welles was doing the voice of someone. Now, I didn't grow up on Transformers, so all of these characters, and I'm looking at this as a film as a whole, like introduced in the film as a character, not introduced as a, like, Transformers product, I guess. Like, I'm watching this in isolation as a film and being like, oh, they're just putting another character on screen. Oh, sorry. I did miss that joke. Yeah. Who went to animation school and who grew up on... I got you. I see how that could be read. I think you can see how it can be read the way that I took it, but I get what your intent was. I get it now. The songs do slap, though. Like, holy shit. All of them are just 80s power ballads, basically. They're just... They don't go with the fight scene that is happening. Like, none of the action lands on any of the beats in the song, but they're all great. They're all great. Also, why are there some Transformers who are just randomly British, and one of them has, like, a goatee? Explain that to me, Josh. Explain why why the Transformer has a long-ass beard. You tell me that, okay? You tell that to me in a way that makes sense. Because I don't fucking know. What I do want to know, though, is who painted the fucking backgrounds, because they are all fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. I saved a bit of face by agreeing that the songs are amazing. Yeah, my friend who recommended it, his favorite song in that film is The Touch, which is great. I did actually listen to that while making dinner after having watched the Transformers film. So, that was quite fun. I think my favorite Transformer is now Astro Train, for the sole fact of train in space. Also, why is the fucking, the cassette tape player Transformers, they just carry around like 4 guys in their chest at all times, and then it's like, oh, time to throw down, better eject my 4 children into the fight. What the fuck is that? Hi, Kraz, good to see you. Hi, Devin, also nice to see you. The one that properly traumatized you as a kid, seeing Chartreuse? Was there one named Chartreuse? I don't fucking remember. But, oh yeah, some of the Transformers die. Like, when they're all being melted, into that pit at the end, I was like, oh, that's kind of dark. He's just from Junk Planet, and it's awesome. I disagree that that's a justification, but I'll let you have your opinion. I mean, Astro Chad. I thought there was, originally, I heard Optimus Prime talking, and I thought he said Chaz. He had actually said Jazz, but originally I was gonna be like, who the fuck is the Transformer who got stuck with the name Chaz? Because that's just unfortunate. The fight at the beginning, they kill off most of the main cast. Okay. Yeah, I noticed that one of them transformed into a gun, which another Transformer then picked up and used to shoot a third Transformer. And I was like, what the actual hell is going on here? And then my friend who I was messaging while watching this was like, yeah, that was the first time a Transformer ever died on screen. And I was like, oh, okay. Like, hate to be that cold about it, but man, if you did not watch the show, as I did not, that's just kind of like an okay, that happened kind of moment. Is this the proper purple for a cosmic brownie to be? I think I want that purple to be a little bit lighter, which is going to be a bitch, because now I have to mix it. Gosh darn it. Nothing in my life is as simple as I want it to be. But yes, that was what I watched most recently, ignoring several recommendations from fine members of this audience in order to follow a recommendation given by a friend. Like I said, I promise I'm going to get to the things that I've been told to watch. It's just going to be in whatever the fuck order my brain says it's time for things. I wasn't even supposed to watch Transformers today. I was like, ooh, they put the Last Duel on HBO Max, and I kind of had meant to see that in theaters and then didn't do it. So I was gonna watch that, but then I didn't. I baked lemon cake, and I watched Transformers, and I cleaned my house a little bit. So I guess a productive day, if kind of a weird one. Wreck-Gar is voiced by Eric Idle, and the theme song is by Weird Al. He gets a mustache. That is Megatron that turns into a gun, wielded by Starscream. The best of all Transformers. You know, Josh, you are not the only person whose favorite Transformer is Starscream. I disagree, though, because he is an annoying two-faced bitch. But you're allowed to have your wrong-ass opinion about Starscream. Holy shit. But I found there's a more annoying Transformer than Starscream. I thought he was the pinnacle, But oh my god, that Blur Transformer who just speaks at like 600% speed like a fucking Alvin and the Chipmunk? No. I was like, would someone just shoot him instead of Ultra Magnus Archives and Prime over here? Like, come on, guys. Let's get to it. Let's just do me a solid and get rid of him. And then they don't. They don't do that at all. Yeah, it probably does hit different if you grew up with the show. But you know, I like to experience media. I enjoy watching films. They're not always good. But it's worth doing. I'm glad that you mentioned that was Weird Al, though, because the whole time I was sitting there listening to that song, and I was kind of like, that sounds like Weird Al, but there's no way they actually got Weird Al to do this project. So knowing that it was Weird Al just means that my ears are working correctly, which I appreciate. Oh, I forgot to turn off the vibrate setting on my phone again. Sorry, guys. Let me see if I can fix that so you don't have to hear that on occasion. I'm sure that's very unpleasant. Whoop. Boop. Yeah, we got that fixed. We're good. Blur is a bitch. Starscream is amazing. Starscream die? I don't remember. I remember some of the deaths. I don't remember everything that happened. I was kind of fascinated that they started to go. Of course, they didn't continue down this path because it's, you know, a Transformers movie for children or young adult. I don't know really who they're people who they were selling toys to. Probably young children. But like they were starting to lean into something with like the concept of Megatron being overtaken by Unicorn, which I thought would be really fascinating if they were gonna get into it. Like, okay, that's kind of like an AI versus the human that crew. We're gonna get into some Ex Machina territory, and that would be kind of cool. They didn't really go super deep into it, but I do like stuff like that, so I thought that was kind of interesting. Dare to Be Stupid by Weird Al, used in Transformers the movie, was Weird Al's tribute to Devo. The guy from Devo cried with tears of joy and defeat upon hearing Dare to Be Stupid. True story. When I heard Dare to Be Stupid, my brain went, is that Weird Al? To which I told myself, no, it can't be. They wouldn't get him to do this. That's just not what's happening here. And then my second comment, which I did say to my friend, was, wow, Dare to Be Stupid must have been the motto of whoever decided to sit down and write the script and have 85 characters appear in the first 5 seconds. So, you know, a bit scathingly critical that, but I'm so glad it was Weird Al, though. Knowing that, it really reassures me that I am not going crazy. How has everybody in this chat seen this movie except me? Like, why y'all got such strong opinions about the 1986 Transformers movie? It's not what I was expecting. He becomes a king, then gets shot almost. Yeah! Oh yeah, he does. He puts on the crown, and he was really annoyed at the fucking Constructicons. Constructicons, that name. Whew, okay. Yeah, that one got a laugh out of the Constructicons for playing their little trumpets. They were doing a great job, by the way. They were performing their little hearts out. And Starscream's bitch ass was like, shut up. And then he cut off their little trumpets, which was rude. And then he got shot. by... Was it Megatron again with a different Transformer that was a gun? Also, what the fuck? Because, like, Ultra Magnus gets shot, like, 46 times by the British guys. But then they're like, oh, it's fine, we'll just put him back together. But, like, Optimus was all put together. He was fine, you know? Like, he wasn't in 60 pieces, but they're like, no, Optimus is dying. There's nothing we can do for him. Like, what is the fucking, qualifications there? How do they decide if a Transformer is operable or not in whatever kind of Transformers emergency room situation? Like, who is the doctor and what is his criteria for making these tough calls about robots? That's another question I'd like the answers to. If anybody has that information, I'd be very interested. Oh, I am aware that you have some strong opinions on Transformers. I'm finding that out right now. You own 15 Starscreams, and you sent me a Instagram picture of the one that you painted. Okay, I will check that out. I don't know that I'll be able to say much more than, oh, cool Starscream, because I don't really know that much about Transformers. I just happened to have watched that film today. Yeah, I remember the Constructicons. They unionize, and they form a stronger Transformer together. A lot of Transformers seem to be pro-union. Also, why do they say, like, all until all is one or some cheesy bullshit at the end of the movie? Like, why is that the line that they end on? Does that go on to do something in the series? Or is that just, we said it because it was in the script and sounded fine? That I'd like to know. Galvatron killed Starscream. Okay, yes. Well, that figures, because didn't Starscream kind of kill Megatron? Who killed Megatron? I don't remember. I literally just watched this film and I can't remember basic details. That doesn't bode well for me, but in my defense, there are 46 characters on the screen in every single scene. All of the time. He must have been built with better plot armor, LOL truth. I think he looks... This is looking cosmic brown. I mean, I talk a lot of shit about people having 58 robots in a scene, and then I'm also painting a full army of candy and cake and ice cream orcs. So, really, do I have any room to speak? Am I being held in contempt of the court? Starscream left him for dead. Yeah, also, didn't Starscream lose a foot? And then, like, in the next scene, he has his foot back? What? That was inconsistent. Not that calling out inconsistencies in the Transformers film makes me feel cool or anything, but, like, if they were gonna bother to have him lose his foot, they could have at least kept him without a foot for the next goddamn scene. You'd think. You're asking too many questions and not being an 8-year-old boy while watching Transformers? Facts. Absolute facts. I'm sure if I was an 8-year-old boy in my pajamas on a Saturday morning shoveling down Lucky Charms while watching that would have been the coolest film ever. Like, I definitely felt very cool as a child watching the original season of Digimon. For some reason, my mom was not gonna let us watch Pokemon, but my dad thought Digimon were cool, so we were allowed to watch Digimon. I think I've only seen, like, the first season of the original show, and I remember it very faintly, but I went back and watched the first couple of episodes, and, like, they're not good. they're not horrible or unwatchable or anything, but they're also not great. So yeah. Nostalgia goggles are a hell of a drug. I worry I'm putting too many spots on him because cosmic brownies are quite sparse with the amount of sprinkles that they have, but it also looks cool, so I'm not going to stop. He has to have yellow ones. And then we have to decide collectively as a group, with me vetoing any suggestions I don't like, what color his eyes are going to be. I have nothing but contempt for this court. Put up that little Captain America gif. I got that reference. Literally because I just saw the film. You play Tao. You have no rights. I think Tao aesthetically are cool. And obviously you pick Tao because you like Transformers. I understand. I actually think that painting Tao with a... God, I'm going to say this live on a stream so I can't delete it. But with a Constructicon color scheme is actually a good idea and a scheme I personally would like to do. If I had Tao, I would do it. But I don't have Tao, and I am unwilling to spend the money to acquire Tao in order to see this through. If I had Tao, I would consider doing it, and I would consider making a video about my opinions about Transformers, so that everybody could just see my shit opinion recorded forever, but also I'd get some cool Tao out of it, so that's a bonus. Digimon was the shit, man. Turn off your brain and enjoy. Absolutely. So I've only seen the first season of the original, right? And as a kid, I was like, oh, awesome. I'm about the same relative age as TK, the one with the flying guy, Patamon. So he was my favorite. But when I watched it back, I was like, nope, you are not the most... not the best character. Kind of a little bit irritating. But doesn't Patamon turned into, like, fucking Angelmon and is just this giant angel man? Like, he goes from being this freaking little hamster with wings to the god, basically, if I recall. That's pretty cool. Yeah. My favorite Digimon as a kid, though, was definitely, and probably the episode I've seen the most, is the one where they go to Toy Town, and there's the giant teddy bear. I loved teddy bears as a kid, so when I saw a giant Digimon teddy bear, it was all over. But there were those slug things, you remember those? And, like, the black gears that were making everybody's Digimon all mad. I do not remember the overarching plot of that show. I do remember when they're on the beach and they find all those phone booths, but they can't call anybody. And, like, they're just at summer camp, right? And they get transported into the Digiworld. I gotta rewatch that, apparently. Gotta get some clarity there. I'm not allowed to paint Tao as Constructicons because you have already done Necrons as... I mean, those aren't exclusive, Josh. They can exist in the same world. My theoretical Constructicon Tao can exist alongside your Decepticon Necrons. They can be friends. They can be buddies. They can hang out on the same spaceship. There's, like, you know, sub-sects of different kinds of Transformer. Like, they're like, ooh, the Dino ones are really dumb, which is kind of rude, honestly, if I'm being fair with you. They're like, aw, these dinos are just big bozos that are dumb, but we love them. And yeah, they're big bozos that are dumb and we love them, but you can't say that. Like, Autobots are so rude to the kinds of Transformers that they don't think are as smart as they are. That's patronizing, man. You can't do that. It's weird. It's weird. I'm not gonna think about it too hard. We're not going there. Not today. We're not going there. No one wants me to go there. Optimus Riptide. I love Grimlock. Yeah, he was cool. He was always talking in the third person, too, which I do sometimes, so relatable. Alright, I've got all the Cosmic Brownie colors on our troll. What color should his eyes be? I'm feeling like maybe the orange or the yellow, because they stand out the best. Maybe pink. Orange, yellow, or pink? Vote in the chat so that I can make a decision without having to actually make a decision. And we can continue to argue about Transformers. The Dinobots used to be really smart, but they're a hole in the story arc that made them dumb. Okay. Clearly, I should have watched the Transformers animated series or some shit before going into this movie. I thought I could just watch the movie and I'd get everything, you know, like, from context. But that is not the case. Orange and pink. Okay, those are our choices. Alright. We'll see. See where we end up. I think maybe this troll only has one eye. Because, like, his belly guy only has one eye. And this eye is kind of, like, scrunched closed. So, there's only one that's, like, really big and open. So, we'll have to see. But also, yes, Troll is looking fantastic. Thank you. I'm happy with him. I think he'll be good when I put him down on the tabletop. I'm thinking, like, this is the first and only place I've used blue in the army. And I have to because it's part of the Cosmic Brownie, like, color scheme. So I don't know if I should just sort of hype that up and use blue in more areas to kind of make it, like, weird, or sort of downplay it and try and just be like, yeah. Because I could paint his hair a different color, but I honestly really like how it looks blue. I always pictured him with blue hair. Because, like, I could do this pelt kind of thing with blue, and I could do the fur on the back of this guy's, his coat as blue as well. But I don't know if that's too much blue for an army that has literally no other blue elements. Like, at fucking all. Do an orange and pink eye. Ooh, I could try that. That sounds fun, actually. Drunk and dyslexic. No worries, man. You are surprisingly coherent, in your Transformers lore. You're all actually surprisingly coherent in your Transformers lore. I did not expect that there would be this much passion for Transformers. Foolish of me, I know. Blue makes him stand out, yeah. The Transformers comics have Starscream come back as a zombie and he goes on a rampage and it's wild. How the fuck does he come back as a zombie? He's a robot. He is a robotic thing. There's no flesh to reanimate. Gonna say use blue eye, but I recall, yeah. So I don't think it'll be blue for the eyes. This is an exception, and it is solely blue because of we make this exception because blue is a color in the Cosmic Brownie color scheme. But it also presents a unique opportunity for me to introduce more blue into the things that I paint. So, you know, we could run with that. We could see where it takes us. It also contrasts the red very nicely that's on all the straps. Some of these little smaller straps in the back are going to be brown because although he's an important guy, he's not quite as rich as the Vulture that we finished. Oh, I realized I haven't shown you guys, the varnished, like, with the dry varnish and everything. Because last time he was still a bit, he was still drying a bit. You guys want to see him? I want to show him off. I want to get compliments. Gotta have blue hair. In a Strong Bad voice, I don't know who Strong Bad is, so I cannot do that impression. I probably wouldn't even if I did. I don't trust myself with impressions. So, this is our man. This is the boy that we spent so much time on. I'm really glad you guys bullied me into varnishing him with the gloss varnish, because he looks phenomenal. I love him. I think he turned out great. I'm really proud. He looks like candy. And then the orc's face, like, it looks so good. I mean, the base isn't done. That's for future me to figure out. But, like, come on, guys. We made a lollipop vulture. A freaking lollipop vulture. If this thing doesn't tear it up at my next game, I don't know what will. I'm so proud. I'm so proud. He's such a good boy. I seriously am feeling better and better about entering these guys in the painting competition aspect. Oh, shit, you guys have just been talking about Starscream. Okay. Watch Lindsay Ellis's take on Starscream. She nails it. Lindsay Ellis is fun to watch. Certainly seen a few of her videos. Wouldn't mind hearing her talk about Transformers. I put my paintbrush in the fucking paint. Excellent job, Fives. 10 out of 10. Professional streamer move right there. You don't know Strong Bad or Starscream? I'm so at a loss. Strong Bad. Don't know who that is. I do know who Starscream is because I have watched the Transformers cartoon and I have seen I've seen the Michael Bay films. So, that is... What is it? We said pink and orange for the eye. I think we'll try and do pink with like a little dot of orange for the pupil. Sorry, I'm just going to put him in the light so I can see his face a bit better. Yeah, he's gonna come off camera for a second, but that's so I can paint him decent. Yeah. Okay, we got the pink in the eye. We're gonna give that a moment to set. What are we gonna do while we wait? I think I've got to decide if this belly plate is gonna be the same bone kind of color as this one. I think so. I'd like them to match. I think that would be fun. I don't think I want to do the fur on this blue. I need to pick another color for it to be. I was thinking that I might do it like a dark brown, and have it be more of like the dark brown that we put on the zebra cake guy, so that they're both snack cakes tied together. You're gonna be best friends with Goober? Goober's cool. I wish Goober had an Instagram, because I believe Goober is making Garfield Space Marines, and I need to see those so bad. They don't have an Instagram. And I think not only do I need to see, but frankly the world needs to see. My friend Adam, who I've jokingly called Garfield before, will not appreciate this at all because he's not into Warhammer, but he also needs to see these Garfield Space Marines. It's just, share them with the world, please. They're beautiful, I'm sure. I haven't seen them, but I'm willing to bet that they're beautiful. Should I give you any spicy takes on 1930s animation? This is all gonna be... This is gonna be... Oh, you have an Instagram, but that's not you. Okay, I have a patron who is Goober, and I thought that was you. Okay. This is a different... No, is it Iceth Fantasy? One of my two patrons... Not my two patrons. I have 11 beautiful patrons who are wonderful and support this channel. But one of them doesn't have an Instagram and is painting Garfield Space Marines. You, Goober, though, yeah, you did. You have the Viking sisters. You should put your Instagram in the chat so that people can see your Viking sisters that you posted, because they're really cool, and you're definitely going to Valhalla for that one. Like, I loved, especially, you had like a seraphim, I think that's what they're called in the game, but like a winged lady, and she's got the cool helmet that also has wings on it, and I'm just like, yes. I loved her so much. She was my favorite of the ones that you posted. I don't know if I should have favorites or if I should be like, I love all of them equally, but I had a favorite and it was her. I pick favorites. Yeah, it's really cool. You should definitely check it out. Valkyrie sister, for sure. Yeah. So cool to see. I think I might also put some of the orange in his inner ears, kind of make them more fleshy. Fleshy? That's not really a fun, nice word to use to describe things, but might be the one we have to use. We'll give him some highlights. I don't think we're going to give him any more of a wash, because I like the current contrast of the dark brown with the sprinkles, so he's probably going to stay about that color, but I'd love to get some chocolate kind of colors and highlight a few areas, so we'll probably do that. I think having a red and yellow striped eye is what I'm going to do there. And then I'll mix up a dark brown to do the fur. Yeah. I don't think I'm going to do blue anywhere other than his little hair. That'll be fine. Ah, GMJ, it's you. Jacques Hughes, you are the one doing the Garfield Marines. Sorry, I didn't mean to get everybody confused. But yes, Josh, show us the Garfield Marines. Why are you hiding them from us? We want to see them. We want to see them. I want to see them. Hector wants to see them. And, I mean, he's currently asleep on the carpet. But he wants to see them, I'm sure. I'm very sure. Oh, I can give you Hector's review of the Transformers movie, because he did lie under the ottoman that I have. He lay underneath it and napped for the entirety of the movie. So, he did stay in one place, and he did not scream at me to turn it off. So I'd say that's pretty good for Hector. He's definitely screamed at me about some films before. But he was happy enough to nap while watching this one. Listen, fella, it's 2:22 a.m. over here, and you need to see the Garfield Marines before you fall asleep. Yep. The world needs to see them. It's not just me saying so. And, like, these are some Transformers experts, so you can clearly trust their opinion. I'm gonna put the orange dot in his eye, so I need to take him off camera for just a second. Yeah, I think that'll work. For an eye. Looks kind of evil, kind of sinister. Very troll. We'll go with that. I'm gonna do some light brown for some of the other straps, and then we'll get on with the dark brown fur, I think, is what we'll do. You know. Like, this orc, clearly well-to-do. He has a troll for a best friend. And yes, they're best friends because I don't want him to be mean, because I have problems with my cruel boys being cruel boys. But I think he spent most of the money that he had on making his troll a cool little belly plate. So I don't think he has quite enough to afford to buy, like, red string for all of the things that he wears. Some of them are going to be brown. Yeah, I don't know why I gave my orcs an economy. That just seems counterproductive, but here we are. Can't give out spoilers just yet. You'll trade a life aquatic marine for a Garfield. That's a good deal right there. You should take that deal. I'd take that deal. That's just good business right there. Garfield Space Marine could have a traitor chaos faction called the Gorefields. Or just the Normals. Garfield hates Normal. Paint him up like Odie. There's so many cool models I want to paint. And it's very tempting, because with patrons, I get my nice patron money, which is cool. I'm trying to remind myself that I am saving for a better camera, and I should not spend this money on cool models to paint for the channel. But oh boy, do I see a cool model and have an idea, and then I want to spend the money on cool models to paint for the channel. But I've been saving it. It's going towards the camera. I have self-control and patience. I can do this. I can do this. I'm doing it. You're on break from an RPG that you're running. Can't give you a picture of the Garf Marines just yet. But when you're done, you'll get this chat the pics. No Chaos Space Marines would be Heathcliff. Finish building them and prime them this afternoon. Excellent. Good. I'm glad. We will get to see Garf Marines, guys. I don't really know what's going on with your ear. Is that like a... Like, what is this blockish thing here? I don't know what that's supposed to be. Is that just ear material? Is that anything? Am I just reading what this mini is wrong? I can't tell. I don't quite know what's going on there, so I'm just not going to paint it. I'm going to consider it part of the ear and not fuck with it. Also, why isn't... That should be red, because it's not going to contrast enough against the brown of the troll that he already is. What makes you think the Sons of Garfield are loyalists? Nearly went all in on a 3D printer, then realized I need to fund my uni bills. Yeah, ain't that just the way? School fucking sucks with taking your bills. I have the first round of moved into a new house bills about to hit, so I don't actually, like, you know, you've done the math and you know theoretically you've estimated about where your utilities are going to be and stuff like that. But I don't have the final numbers for everything yet, and I haven't actually seen it come out of my account. So that's why I haven't bought any new hobby stuff. I'm waiting to see how that all pans out, and then I can kind of budget from there and know what to expect next month and things like that. Thanks for jumping in and saying hi. That was very kind of you. We do loathe the dawn of the week. Monday, I'm back to my job, back to phones. And what's worse is I'm all caught up on Book of Boba Fett, so I don't have something to reward myself with immediately after work where I could just be like, ah, yes, I'm gonna click on the show and watch the things happen. Gonna have my space things. I like space things. I'm gonna try and say that I will reward myself by playing Final Fantasy VII after work. But I haven't really felt like playing video games after work, so I don't know. I don't know if that's a good reward. I might have to think of another one. I like having something to do right when the whistle blows, essentially, and I get to be done for the day. So like a good 30 to 40 minute activity before I make dinner and then figure out what else I'm doing with my evening. Yeah, that red definitely looks better. Okay. Got that settled. There's probably more string on here that I need to focus on and figure out. Watch more of Archive 81. Any of you watch Discourse on YouTube? She had an interesting take on how Space Marines should be. You talking about Discourse miniatures, Josh? Discourse is really cool. I like her channel. It's fun. She has a really nice attitude towards things, and just seems to enjoy poking fun at the hobby that we all can get to taking too seriously sometimes. So I appreciate that about her style and content and things like that. It's good stuff. I'm a Discourse fan. In this house, we are fans of Discourse miniatures. Watch more of Archive 81. Definitely plan to do that, want to do that. However, it's not in the realm of, like, chill things to do after work. Like, I don't want anything too emotional or too anxiety building. Horror is kind of not a genre I can do the moment I get off kind of an anxious day. So Archive 81 is good for evenings before I go to bed so I can have spooky dreams. But it's not good for right after I've done my job. Archive 81 is dessert. It's not lunch, so to speak. God, the metaphors I make up are just increasingly strange. If you're looking for something to watch, Yokohama Kaidashi Kiko, I've butchered that pronunciation completely, is chill. I might have to check that out. I've been thinking about going back to some of my favorite, like, wholesome animes. I have a few favorites. Barakamon and Yatsuri Biyuri are two of my favorites to just kind of chill out with. One of them is just about a calligraphy teacher who goes and lives on an island. And the other one is just about some guys who run a cafe and make fancy desserts. And there's an episode where they find a lost cat. And it's beautiful because that's exactly how I would react to finding a lost cat. So some of those chill things are just, easy to return to. Do I have Hulu? No, I do not currently have Hulu. It's one of the ones I want to get back access to, but again, we're budgeting, we're figuring out where our money is at, so I haven't re-upped my Hulu. I guess I could get back to watching Jujutsu Kaisen after work. That's probably what I need to do in order to finish the series, so my friend can stop almost spoiling it for me every time we talk. Marty really wants me to get caught up on Jujutsu Kaisen, so I should probably do that. It's a bit action heavy, and I feel like it's gonna get deep at some point, but it hasn't quite gotten there yet. Itadori is such a fun protagonist, though, so I'm enjoying his antics. Right now I have Netflix, Disney Plus, and HBO Max. Those are the ones I have access to. And of course, anything that's on YouTube. I was listening to Dimension 20, who's like a D&D podcast sort of thing, because they had like a Candyland sort of campaign, and I was really digging the first episode, but I couldn't find the second episode anywhere, so I was sad that I couldn't find that, because it seemed pretty fun. I think it might just be like an exclusive for their followers or something like that, but I don't know if I'll listen to it fast enough to make like investing in a membership with their thing worth it. So yeah. YKK is about a robot grill in Wonderland post-apocalypse. Oh, is it? Did you say a robot girl? I think, not a robot grill. Just going about her life, running a cafe. The show is really uneventful and chill, but just so soothing. That sounds good. I would like that. Get Hulu. The Disney Plus and Hulu bundle is $1 more than either one of those alone. Plus, you get to ignore ESPN Plus. So I am getting Disney Plus through a friend. I am not paying for it currently. So that is how I have access to Disney Plus. Yep. Can't change the subscription details because I am not the one with the account. You're fine. You're fine, Devin. Don't worry about it. I know what you're saying. If you're tired, go to bed, though, sir. Like, what are you doing staying up with this? It's 2 a.m. The Garfield Marines won't be here before you go to bed. Just get some shut-eye. Return to them fresh in the morning. Have you seen any of Peacemaker with John Cena on HBO Plus? No, I have not. Nothing particular about John Cena's content has ever made me be like, oh man, I better go watch this thing with John Cena in it. I never felt a strong call to action to do that. So if I'm missing out, definitely tell me what that's all about. I think it's not long fur, that's like a separate piece of something or other. Oh god. If I could just use my brain to understand what the details of this miniature were, life would be a dream. Peacemaker is good. You should watch that thing with John Cena in it. Okay. I mean, that's fair. What's it about, though? What's the plot? You live in the UK, you always miss the streams, and you wanted to catch it at least once. I mean, you can play them back anytime, bro. They ain't going nowhere. They're on the channel. Though, if I should stream at different times, you should tell me in Central Standard Time, because I'm not good at math and refuse to do the calculations myself. But if there's a time that would work better for you, you let me know, Devin, and I'll see if I can make that happen. Probably not until, I'd have to, stream on a weekend day, because I'm willing to bet the reasonable hours of UK time are also the hours that I am unfortunately employed by my day job. It's great in the Suicide Squad, but I don't know if I want to show. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm not really a superhero person, so that's probably why I have no idea what that is. That's probably not going to be one for me. I'm not really into the whole superhero mega universe. Let's make 2,000 films about the same bait. It's not for me. Superheroes just aren't my thing. So I'm gonna veto that one, because it's just not a genre that I'm interested in. Are you talking about Suicide Squad or The Suicide Squad? Because I believe those are both very different movies, with varying levels of quality. I don't know which one is the quote-unquote good one, because I just don't keep up with superhero things. Can I start streaming at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time until whenever? That works better for me. Yeah, I can do that. For sure. I think I started at 7:30 today. I had meant to start at 6, but I got distracted. And then I was comfortable and wanted to finish the video that I was watching and didn't want to get off the couch, so that's why I was late to my own theoretical stream time. But I will try and hit it at 7 next time I stream. I can easily make that change. I just have to have the willpower to not put on hour and 20-minute long videos before I want to start streaming. Which shouldn't be too hard. But man, do I love a good video essay. If you have, I think it's like 3 hours to kill, I've got some great recommendations for content. If y'all never watched a channel called Bread Sword before, that's bread and then sword as one word. He has this video about Jack and Daxter and perfect circles, and it is sublime. Absolute art, that video essay. I could watch that like 40 times in a row. It is so good. He's in the good one. Okay. Talking about the Suicide Squad. I got you. I understand. Just remember, a great YouTube channel to watch is Tomosteen. They're quite fun and just some great stop motion. Excellent. We love stop motion on this channel. Time I suggested is the time you normally. And being Central Standard, I can catch you. Excellent. Great. I will try and hit it more close to the 7 start time. I can do that. Speaking of animation, since I was really just waiting for someone to segue me there. Oh my gosh! Are you talking about Quentin Review's iCarly essay? Because yes, that's also a good one. Although I prefer his essay on Uncommon McDonald's. That's a fun one. I hope he does reach his Patreon goals so he can travel around to track down them. It's a real shame that Elvisaurus Rex isn't a thing anymore, because I feel like the world is darker without Elvisaurus Rex in it. We lost a hero that day. An icon. That's one of many things that COVID took from us, was Elvisaurus Rex. You hope he does Homestuck. Man, I can't even with Homestuck. All I know, and I don't know jack shit about Homestuck really, but the corner store near me sells Faygo, the soda brand, and the only thing I know about that soda brand is that, like, forever ago, all of the kids who were really into Homestuck in high school would only drink Faygo, and nowhere around us sold it, so they would buy it online and stuff like that. Nice, thank you for checking in, Otto. As usual, you are up way too late. Tell me a time that is not Not like, forever from when you should be awake. Because maybe I can try and hit something more in yours and Devin's time zones that won't, like, kill you to stay up for. I would be able to accommodate that some days. He died for aware sins. I don't know what you're talking about there, Devin, but okay. I don't know where you're going with that. Also, Jacob Geller has some really great video essays about video games. I don't know if you guys have checked out his channel before. My favorite is his essay about haunted houses. It is chilling. Truly chilling. I had a friend who was real into and just didn't connect with me. Hey, that's fair enough. No need to adapt to me. Just do what is best for you. I mean, obviously, I'm like, you know, I'm gonna stream whenever the mood strikes me, but I could have also done one, like, earlier today. Oh! I meant to tell you, for those of you who tuned in last time, and I was talking about how I was nervous to talk to my new DM about changing a character, I did. I messaged her, and she was like, yeah, that's totally cool. So I'm gonna get to play my weird tiefling, and I'm pretty excited about it. I gotta agree with you. Okay, but like, it's fine, guys. I can stream earlier. I can do that. I just want to know that someone's gonna be there to watch it. My biggest fear is that I'll just be talking to myself for 3 hours. I mean, I got some amount of charisma, but I don't think I can keep up a 3-hour conversation just between me and me. That's probably a bit too much. That's too much, man. The video essay I was watching was, is it even a video? I think it's a video essay. But, like, someone's doing a series review of Bojack Horseman, season by season. So I've been watching that. Bojack Horseman surprised me. I remember I started watching that show because I had just finished watching Breaking Bad, and I was really depressed about, like, you know, how sometimes you can finish a show and be like, that wasn't exactly satisfying for the character that I got invested in. I wasn't super sure how things wrapped up with Jesse because they're kind of ambiguous. Spoilers, I guess, for Breaking Bad, but, you know, you don't get a concrete answer about how that resolves. So I was just like, what else has Aaron Paul been in that I can kind of be like, oh, you know, maybe this will be a happier thing. I started watching Bojack Horseman as a happier thing. That was incorrect. It was not happier. It destroyed me in all, as you say, in the best ways. But yeah, no, not happier. If you're looking for happy content, search elsewhere. You will not find it. Bojack Horseman. I thought, haha, silly animal adult cartoon. This is probably going to be stupid and I'm going to hate it. And to be fair, the first episode is not great. Not great. But it's worth getting through the first 2 or 3 episodes where they're like, we have to establish that we're making an adult cartoon that's marketable to a general audience. Because I mean, honestly, even transcending just animation, but also just, like, that's good television, period. It's good writing, period. It's good character building. I actually got to go to a panel that Lisa Hannawalt, who's the art director for Bojack Horseman, was at. So that's pretty cool. She's an interesting person. I also love that the creator's name is Raphael Bob Waksberg, because it's fun to say. It's a good, fun name. have I heard of Aeon Flux? Yes, I have heard of Aeon Flux. Let me do a quick googly-goo to see if I have watched it, because I think I'm confusing it with Ergo Proxy in my brain, but I know I've heard of both of them. Yes, I have heard of Aeon Flux. Have I watched this? No, I have not watched this, neither the animated series nor the movie. But I am aware of them. I'm very, very much aware of them. Out of subject, but understanding the lore of Homestuck, Fate, or Kingdom Hearts is harder than 40k lore. I know! God, I love Brian David Gilbert's video on story structure in Kingdom Hearts. That one had me reeling. The story of Kingdom Hearts is so fucking complicated. How was I trying to comprehend that when I was a child, watching my older sister play these video games? What is the plot of Kingdom Hearts? I don't fucking know. I watched Jojo Rabbit, left me feeling like shit, then watched all in one sitting of the show Midnight Gospel, and I just broke down, man. Jojo Rabbit, that's a good film. Taika makes some interesting films, when he's given license to do so. My favorite, is Hunt for the Wilder People. That's, in my opinion, his best film. And if you haven't seen that, I highly recommend. I think it's on Netflix right now. It might be on Hulu. But that's a real good one. It's aggressively like New Zealand, too, which I like about his work. And I mean, What We Do in the Shadows is a classic. That comes out every Halloween that I watch that, so that's a fun one. Let's see. Ooh. Jojo Rabbit is also amazing. Bojack works on so many levels, it really does. Monkooch might also be an interesting cake for inspiration. It is a cake with poppy seeds inside. Like a lemon poppy seed cake. I've had that before. Great film, but that ending just, yeah, it hits you. Okay, Victor is a fan of Kingdom Hearts, and you admit the lore is kind of cringe. It's funny how you explain a story where Winnie the Pooh and Sephiroth can coexist. Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, I remember being a child, and, like, you go to the Hercules world, right? And then you're fighting everybody, and it's kind of going, and then all of a sudden there's, like, this secret bonus fight. Or, it's not really a secret bonus fight, but it feels cool because you don't have to do the fight in order to progress in the game. But you go in there, and whoever wrote the fucking One-Winged Angel theme, like, they went off. That is a masterpiece of a song, and the ominous freaking atmosphere is so good. It's so good. But then, yeah, Sephiroth's design does not fit with anything else, really, in the KH universe. Also, like, Heartless as a concept and Nobodies, it's a lot. I think it's cool lore because it's, you know, it's something as opposed to a lot of video games. Or not a lot, but some video games where the plot is very much, we must go shoot the bad people, and then you do, and that's fine. You win the day, and it's cool, and that's, you know, not without its merits, but Kingdom Hearts lore can get crunchy if you want it to, and that's fun sometimes, too. Has anyone read Someone Who Will Love You in All Your Damaged Glory by Raphael Bob Waksberg? I don't know. I have not read that. Hunt for Wilder People is great, but you love What We Do in the Shadows. Yep. All good. Films that I think are underrated and more people should talk about. I would like everybody who is interested in queer cinema to watch both Portrait of a Woman on Fire and The Miseducation of Cameron Post, because they're both really good films, and I never hear anyone talking about them, and I would like to. I would like to. Sometimes a lot of my recommendations are a bit cinema, though, being that one of those is a French film, and the other, I think, is closer to an indie film, and that just makes me feel like a pretentious asshole sometimes, but damn it, sometimes films that people don't know about as much are good. They're good. Truth about Kingdom Hearts lore is that there is no lore. It's just your brain trying to understand how this can happen. I could see that. What the fuck am I doing with this color? Am I highlighting? I think I might be highlighting. Did we finish base coating somehow while I was talking? No, we still have a couple. We still have a couple things to do, but we're getting close. Damn. Impassioned rambling has been very effective today. The lore is the friends we made along the way. Marble cake would be interesting for basing. Agreed. That could be fun. Could try that out at some point. Wouldn't mind. Let's see. I think I might want to change the red here to be the dark brown. I think that might look better. So we're going to make that change. This is going to be the same kind of tanned leather pied sort of thing. Yeah, we're gonna just make the change. Sorry if that's off screen, then you know, someone can tell me. I never remember to check my camera angles. I need to get one of those little boopy doops that will show me if my painting goes off of the screen. I know there's a technical name for it, and I just called it a boopy doop, but you guys know what I'm talking about. Or someone knows what I'm talking about. I'm a skilled professional, clearly. I can call it a boopy doop if I want to. Oh, man. Which lore is crazier, Kingdom Hearts or Transformers? I know nothing about Kingdom Hearts, except that it's Mickey with sword keys. Yeah. I don't know enough about Transformers lore to answer that question. Because Kingdom Hearts is, like, it tries to get pretty deep, I think, you know? I mean, I felt like it was trying to talk about a lot of stuff, like souls and what makes a person have a heart, and if you don't have a heart and a soul, like, what does that mean? But then it's also like Woody from Toy Story talking to frickin' Final Fantasy characters. So I don't know how to answer that question because I don't really know what Transformers, like, I don't know the depth of Transformers lore. I saw one film that I didn't think was very good, but that hardly makes it, like, equivalent, because I've watched my older sister play 2 Kingdom Hearts games, so I know a little bit more about Kingdom Hearts than I do about Transformers. Donald was always dead in every boss fight. That is correct. Okay, you don't bat an eye with Mickey Mouse having a sword key, but it melts your brain that Wreck-Gar has a mustache while being a robot. No, I'm not saying that it isn't weird that Mickey Mouse is fighting with a sword key. I'm not saying that isn't weird. There's a lot of weird shit in Kingdom Hearts. I just had more time to adjust to that weird. Like, I watched Mickey Mouse sword fight people with a key when I was a child, so I've had years to process that. I haven't even had 24 hours to process the shit I just witnessed from the Transformers film. You gotta give that time to sink in, man. You have to be up in 4 hours, so I will get going. Okay, Anno, I'm gonna say goodbye to you. I may see you in an hour when you're like, inevitably, I can't sleep, and I'm back. So I don't know if I should even believe the lie that you're leaving for the night, but I hope you sleep and I hope you have a good restful time and a good day tomorrow when the week starts and we all have to pretend like we're not just waiting for Friday. I'm always waiting for Friday. Transformers gets wacky if you... Don't forget the edgy dialogue. Oh my god, I know! The edgy dialogue in Kingdom Hearts gets so bad. Oh, god. It's like half of it was written by a DeviantArt kid, and that DeviantArt kid was also me. It's so bad sometimes, guys. It's so bad. And also they try and have, like, Donald and Goofy sometimes deliver these, like, ultra deep, fake deep lines, and it doesn't work. It doesn't work. Ugh. Thank you for reminding me about that. Yes, the edgy dialogue. Oh, man. And my sister was, like, obsessed with Kingdom Hearts. So... I quite gotten it. I mean, okay, but same thing with Transformers and Kingdom Hearts, though. The music slaps, because you cannot tell me that Simple and Clean is not just, like, a jam. That is such a good song. I opened this, didn't use it, and then closed it. I still need that color. What are we talking about? Transformers gets wacky if you go deep. It gets strangely interesting. Also, a surprising amount of LGBTQ plus stuff in the comics. That's cool. Hated in the Transformers film that we had one female character. She was pink, and she spent most of the movie looking after the male human child man. I was like, great. Not only is our one female character pink, the pink robot, but she has to be rescued, and also, she's the fucking babysitter. I was not a fan, you could say, of that. Hector is not a fan either. He's giving his opinion. I don't know if it's recording, but he meowed when I started talking about that. I'm gonna highlight while complaining about fucking gender equality in Transformers, apparently, is where we're going. What else are we talking about? We did not decide that the 1986 Transformers film is great. You said it was great. I said it was flawed. We never came to a consensus on that, Josh. Because I don't think I will stop thinking that it's flawed, and I don't think you will stop thinking that it's great. And that's okay. It's fine to have a difference of opinion. I don't like how this brush is performing today, so we're gonna use the one I was using before. I do know you so well, Anno. You've been to, like, every stream, and you've done it more times than you haven't. Mickey Mouse asking about the Door of Darkness while using a black... Yeah, they did try and make him edgy, didn't they? They sent him to a Hot Topic, and he came back with that trench coat. I think did I have one year I did go as an Organization 13 member for Halloween. So I did have a cloak. That's a fun fact about me that I have dredged up from the past. God, I forgot about that. That's hilarious. Oh, that's so funny. Intro music for each of the Kingdom Hearts games is epic. Absolutely. Yes. Yeah, nothing slaps like a Kingdom Hearts intro. They're just so good. The lyrics usually don't make a whole lot of sense either, but they just kind of make you feel something, which is cool. She was actually sold and labeled a guy until 2010. Then they became trans. Oh, she became trans, or she was trans. That's cool. Good for her. RC isn't the only girl Transformer. She's just the pink girly one. Blur is also a bitch. Is Blur a girl? I don't think I knew that. Blur annoyed the shit out of me, and I did not enjoy that character. Of all the freaking deaths to happen in that Transformers film, Blur was not one of them. Honestly, should have been. She went from a bad, some of this weird story of empowerment. Sad, as I said, the comics get whacked. Fair enough. Should not make a Homestuck troll cosplay. I do. And the regret's still on me after 6 years. I mean, that's fair. We all do stuff in our childhood that we think is cool and then look back on and we're like, wow, I'm kind of a nerd for doing that. But that's fine. I mean, who cares? You weren't hurting anybody. If your hyperfixation was Homestuck, it was Homestuck. Like, that's fine. As long as you weren't a jerk to anybody, I don't give a shit. That does not obligate me to know anything about Homestuck, though. And I'm not going to, because I just don't care at this point. I feel like if the friends I had that were into it in high school and middle school couldn't get me into it, then no one's going to be able to get me into it now in my adult life. It's funny, though, seeing with the new Five Nights at Freddy's game coming out, so many of the people that I hang out with know so much about Five Nights at Freddy's. Like, an alarming amount about Five Nights at Freddy's. They're over there having, like, discussions about the lore, and I'm just sitting there with nothing at all going through my head. Is Matt Pat the one that does all the Transformers? The Five Nights at Freddy's lore? Sim and, what? I mean, I'm sure there are other YouTubers, but didn't I want to say Markiplier do some Five Nights at Freddy's stuff? I do not know enough about the YouTube gaming scene to talk about this with any semblance of authority. So if I'm wrong, you can roast me and that's okay. I admit to not knowing anything about the stuff that I don't know anything about. That is okay. I do not have to have a knowledge of everything that people know stuff about. I'm fine with being a little dumb on some things. Okay, let's keep it civil. No being mean to anybody's YouTuber of choice. I'm not gonna. I can't monitor it because I don't know enough about anyone individually to be like, that's justified or that's not justified, and I don't want us to be mean to anybody who doesn't deserve it. Like, if they're a neo-Nazi, say so that I know, because that's something that I would care to know. But let's personal opinion on, people, just let's be kind when we can. I think that's okay. Matt Pat does game theory and film theory all the 5 nights. Matt Pat literally makes a FNAF every 2 weeks or month. Okay. Have you ever wrote a fanfic? And if so, was it cringe? Well, yes, and probably yes. I've written different fanfics for a lot of different fandoms, so there's definitely gotta be some cringe ones in there. I like to write. I did it for a good long time and have actually written over 600,000 words of Bloodborne fanfiction. That I believe if I changed a couple of details, I could try and get published, but publishing is like a nightmare, and I don't really want to do that. But I've certainly written a variety of fanfiction. Mistakes were made. Well, yeah, mistakes are usually how fanfiction happens. You know. Okay, if you lost the use of an eye, go to bed, Devin. Go to fucking bed. Good night. Good night. Please sleep. God damn it. All y'all with your freaking insomnia gonna give me a headache. Just sleep. This isn't worth it. This isn't worth it. I mean, sometimes if I'm up scrolling TikTok too late or something like that, one of my eyes will start to hurt, and then I'm like, yeah, I gotta stop doing this. So I'm hoping that's what you meant by lose an eye, and an eye didn't literally fall out of your head. If you're watching this back later, Devin, after you've fallen asleep, please tell us what you meant by that so that we can know whether you literally lost an eye or you just had an eye get tired, because I think that would be fun to see in the comments tomorrow. Sleeping is not for the weak. That's a bad mentality to have, Victor. I love sleeping. I love getting my full 8 hours rest before entering the hellscape of capitalism and the 40-hour work week. So it's only 9 p.m. here. I can stay up for a bit longer. Correct. How long have I been streaming for? We've been going for an hour and a half. Usually, we've been getting up there in terms of stream time the past couple of times, so we'll see. I do have work tomorrow, so I do have some hard deadlines that I gotta put on myself, because I unfortunately need to be vaguely functional. It's Monday. Hot tip, if you're ever gonna call anywhere for customer service, don't do it on a Monday. Everybody freaking calls on a Monday for some reason, and it's the busiest day, and nobody's at their best. Just save it for Wednesday. Wednesdays are usually pretty slow. If you have to call somewhere, save your phone calls for Wednesday. It might go better, it might not, but you're unlikely to have as long hold times. To everybody who calls places on a Monday, I don't like you. I think you made a poor choice, and I wish you hadn't done that. Nine out of the 10 voices in your head caused by insomnia said otherwise. I think you might be working with a pretty biased source there, Victor. He's looking good, though. I mean, we're getting some highlights in. I should probably finish base coating before highlighting, which Hector seems to agree with. Don't you, buddy? Don't you, buddy? Aw. Everybody seems to have adapted to their positions when I'm streaming. Hector will try and crawl under my desk. Lobster's sitting on the couch behind me. It's nice. It's nice to see the boys out and about, having some fun. Ugh. Why did none of you stop me from highlighting before I'd finished base coating? I'm counting on you guys to keep me on track. You're all failing in your jobs today. Unacceptable, honestly. How could you do this to me? None of you reached your hands through the screen. We're like, Fives, you're doing a dumb here. Are you aware that you're doing a stupid? You agree with Hector? I'm glad. Hector runs on a universal platform of give Hector more attention and more treats. His current favorite TV show is still The Witcher, and he thinks that Transformers is good to nap to. He finds Archive 81 really bad, though. He doesn't want me to watch any more of it because of the spooky noises. So, I don't know if you can agree with him on that platform. But it's his opinions. I love providing my own film reviews and then Hector's film reviews because, you know, you can't get mad at a cat for falling asleep during a film or finding a noise spooky. So it's like, yeah, you might not agree with me, but you kind of have no choice but to see it from the cat's perspective. That eye looks dope as hell. Should have base coated that earlier. He looks good. That little tiny hair on the brush is gonna fuck it up though. Revenge for Transformers. That's why I let you do the stupid. Fair enough. Fair enough. Hi all. Hello James. Hector seems to be right most of the time. Yes, that's correct. He's usually correct about stuff. And he appreciates you for acknowledging that about him. You're a talkative boy today, Heck. You're a talkative boy. You sure are. You sure are. Yeah! You are easily encouraged. And chatty. Always this time of night, too. This is... One day I'm just gonna have a podcast where it's me and Hector, and it'll just be me talking to the cat, and no one will listen to it. It'll be great. It'll be great. His eyes looking proper crazy there, too, so that's good. I like that. I think I'll sink a bit of dark wash into his other eye socket, probably. I'm gonna start painting on these stripes, which I do on the armor. I do them in a little zebra stripe rainbow, but these will be in sets of 3 or 4. I like to think that they're just little Cruel Boy handprints or fingers or something that they've painted on and dragged across. I don't know why they do it to like emulate the gash tooths that are relevant to their tribe. Stripes on them. They put stripes on their shields and stuff. I think all the colors ideally would represent different things, and they have to get so many stripes for killing different stuff or dreaming cool shit or whatever before they can actually go into battle for their tribe. So that's the idea of painting stripes on things for me in terms of my fake army lore that is not codex compliant but is baller as hell. That's what I should be writing fan fiction about. I should just be rewriting the Cruel Boys Codex to make it cooler. But then they're gonna be like, why didn't you include any of the cruelty? And I'm gonna be like, because it was just Stormcast Eternal propaganda. They were never cruel to begin with. I'm thinking about also trying to, like, on this one, because it's such a big plate, it's kind of special. Thought about, like, doing some kind of design around the eye to, like, maybe make it more of an eye shape. Get, like, a lightning bolt or something. What you think, Heck? I should make it like your eyes? That would be kind of complicated. You have a Batman cowl. So it looks like you're wearing a little mask. He's not wearing a mask. So that would be a little complicated. Yeah, I know it would be cute. This is the boy. Can you see him? Yeah. You want to say hi to the people? You do? That's so nice. So nice. They all say hi to you. You drove your cats home from your parents yesterday. Talked to me almost as much as Hector talks to you. Aw, that's sweet. There's other talkative babies out there, Heck. Just like you. But yeah, see? You have this beautiful mask on you. This little black cowl. That would be really hard to emulate, so I don't think we're going to do that design. But it does make you look super adorable. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Sorry, I can't. I know, I should be painting minis, but he's so damn cute. You want me to try the Little Caesars Batman pizza. Okay, what does Batman pizza consist of? Please educate me, because I don't know, and I've never heard that before. Correct. Correct, Victor. You say everybody should say hi to Hector. He appreciates it. Your greeting and tribute is well received by my tiny cat overlord. You have work in the morning because you live in a society? Same. It's a pepperoni pizza with the shape of the Batman logo. Okay, that sounds cool. I don't know why Little Caesars would take the time to do that, but yeah, sure. I'd eat a Batman pizza. Pepperoni pizza is good. Tasty. It's good stuff. What all am I doing? I still haven't remembered to paint those strings, and I need to do that. And I need to paint some stripes on this part. I'm glad that my Transformers opinion wasn't enough to scare you away. The music slaps, it's just the stories, you know, it is what it is. We'll agree to disagree. I think my friend who told me to watch the film will be really happy to hear that other people have as much of a passion for it as he did, so it'll be fun informing him about all of your love for it. Never would have guessed that Transformers had quite that many fans for it. I should know. I mean, it's a big franchise, but it's surprising to see what's out there. It's surprising, Heck. You fell asleep during the film. You don't get to have opinions. You can't talk about a film that you didn't actually watch. Yeah, it's not fair. Not giving a fair critique. Josh, I thought you said you were leaving. Go to bed. What is it with all of you being physically incapable of leaving when you say you're gonna leave? You're like, oh, it's late. I need to sleep. It's 3 a.m. I'm still here, though. Like, Otto could still be lurking here, and I wouldn't even be surprised. I'd just be like, yup, that's typical. I need y'all to work on your sleep schedules. That should be everybody's goal for 2022 who is staying up too late to watch this stream. Because I worry about y'all. Regrets that make you awake like coffee. You know what? That's actually pretty fair. I have a lot of regrets, and they do keep me awake sometimes. Like, I'll think of something really embarrassing that I did when I was a kid, or said, like, offhand once to a group of friends that I have now, and I will not be able to stop thinking about it, and it will prevent me from doing anything for a solid 10 to 15 minutes. And it's awful. Things that I'm sure the person I said them to does not remember, like, at all. Fortunately, though, I don't like coffee, so at least I don't have that particular stimuli keeping me awake. I did have a little bit of Coca-Cola earlier, though, and I hope it doesn't affect my sleep schedule too egregiously. It's the best we can hope for. This is coming together faster than I would have thought. I don't know if maybe I've just gotten a little bit quicker at painting since working on big freaking centerpieces is what I have done for the past few weeks now. So this feels like it's just going quicker, but I'm happy. Happy to be moving through something and being like, oh, this isn't taking as long as I feared it might. I just thought it would be a nice change of pace because I gotta paint that snake lady. She's still not painting herself, and I need to get her done so I can just have that checked off my to-do list. So I'm gonna have to focus on that. But I figured I'd try and finish up my 1,500 point list first. And then, you know. Then I'll get everything ready for the tournament, especially if I only end up having to paint like 3 more models for that. Because I think if I bring in my gash tooth and just paint another unit of Bolt Boys, I could have that and say, yeah, that's close enough to where I want it to be. It's not perfect. Like, I should have more infantry, and I should have less heroes. But that, all of the shoulds would involve buying more models, which, you know. And we're trying to be good about buying models. It's not easy. There's just so many cool things. Like, my friend she found a really good deal on some Ideneth Deepkin. And it's like, I don't need Ideneth Deepkin. I don't have a use for them. I keep flirting with starting an Ideneth Deepkin army, but, like, I haven't done it. need to do it. I have this very nice Cruel Boys army, and it's not like I don't have other Age of Sigmar factions that I own portions of. Like, I've got some Soulblight Gravelords. I've got some Nighthaunt. I don't need Idoneth Deepkin. But, they're there. Sitting on a shelf in a store. And I think about them more often than I care to admit to you. There's so many other Age of Sigmar factions that I'm like, one day I could do this. And I don't need to do it at all. I don't need that many armies. But the potential, it's always there. Always looming. How cool does that eye look now that I've gotten that yellow painted into? Oh, so good. So freaking good. I can't not be happy about that. Or worse, other war games. Jeez, okay. Yeah, that's true. I have tried not to even look at other war games. But, I mean, Turnip 28 is just, I want to make models for that game even if I never find anybody else to play it with. Because it's just, the world they've created is so freaking textured, for lack of a better, like, it's just so moody and cool. I want to do the thing. I want to be there. I mean, I don't actually want to be there because it would be horrible and full of horrendous turnip monsters and stuff. But I want to make, if nothing else, I mean, maybe I'll make a diorama, if not an... Sir. I'll make a diorama, if nothing else. Excuse me. What are you doing? What are you doing? I know. It's getting close to the time that we go to bed, but I'm gonna see if I can finish the tiger stripes. Give me 15 more minutes, heck. We'll stream for 15. You can keep your head on for that long. Then we'll settle in and go to bed. Oh gosh, don't get your paws in the paint. Don't knock. Oh, Lord, baby. You have no patience today. Malifaux for sure. I've got a friend who's been trying to get me into Malifaux. I actually have some Malifaux figures because he bought me them and sent me them and then said, haha, now you have no choice but to learn Malifaux. He lives in another country though, so I don't know when we'll be meeting up to play Malifaux. And then Turnip 28 is like, you can look it up, you can just search it. Some independent developer, I think his name is Max Fitzgerald, made it. It's just like, the rules are out there, and it's very, like, model agnostic, kit bash some stuff, do the thing. I forgot to put orange on this, gosh darn it. It's fine. Go back and hit it with some orange. It'll be okay. It'll be okay. Oh, how can you write the name? Hang on, I'll type it. You're fine. So, Turnip 28 is the system. Max Fitzgerald, I believe, is the creator. If I have his name wrong, I'm very sorry to the creator of Turnip 28. But it looks like a cool game, so I'd like to try it out sometime. Just gotta find the right scenario. I have to paint checkers on this pillow, and I'm not doing that tonight because I am trying to not do that. I don't know. That wasn't a complete sentence or a complete thought, but we struggling. We doing it. Okay, we're gonna get the green done on the armor parts and then see what time it is and what we have energy left to do. Your friend wants to buy models for the Batman game and you are tempted. Well, that's how it always starts, isn't it? See somebody else's models, somebody else has an idea, and then you're just like, ooh, but I could do that too. I could see that happening. Yeah. For sure. I get tempted by all kinds of stuff. And then, you know, board games look cool. New factions look cool. There's always something out there. I'm like, ooh. And don't get me started on Kickstarters. Oh my gosh. It's hard because, you know, you're not always sure when your Kickstarter or if your Kickstarter will be fulfilled. But some of the Kickstarter campaigns out there just look cool and fun. You're like, I want that. And most of the Kickstarters that I've backed have been fulfilled. There was only one that I think was completely canceled, and they just refunded everybody's pledges. And that was the Tales of Terror one, which is a shame. Those models looked really cool. But they had too many manufacturing issues. COVID, you know, no one really planned on COVID-19 when they were plotting out their Kickstarters. So, unfortunately, they had to stop theirs, which is just too bad. But you know, even that I don't feel too bad about. Like, you can't plan for something like COVID. It's no fault of the creators that they weren't able to get it done. They tried their best. They tried their best, Hector! Yeah, they did. I'm fortunate in that I'm not really into superheroes, as I said, so stuff like the Batman or the Marvel Crisis Protocol, it doesn't appeal to me as much as other systems. You know, the Marvel Crisis Protocol has some very dedicated fans out there. And the game seems fun to play because you could throw buildings and stuff at your opponent. Which, I mean, just yes, as a system, if you're gonna build your game so that you know, you're in like that sort of superhero environment, absolutely having the mechanic to recreate the battles and throw around buildings is a must. Absolute must. We ended having more time than I thought after finishing that. So that's cool. This one's gonna have a little bit of checkerboard on it. And I don't know why I started by painting red when I usually base coat with yellow. So maybe I just need to base coat with yellow because that would be the smarter thing to do. Can at least get the yellow base coat on, and then I'll be set up for checkerboard next time and finishing a few little details, but the base coat's essentially done, which is nice. So He'll look good on the tabletop if I have to run him like this, but he'll look better. I can probably finish him up in the next painting session that I do, which is nice to think about. Maybe 2. It depends how confident I am after putting the wash on him that he's dried, and if I want to wait, 24 hours for that to dry or not. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Just kind of wait and see what happens. Did finally get out that video that I've been talking about making, so I'm happy about that. Hopefully I'll have another one done in February and can keep up with making more regular content. It's nice to be back into the swing of things. I'd missed that. It's way easier to record audio in a house where you're the only person there, because you don't have to wait for everybody to be quiet or worry about someone hearing you from another room. You can just record to an empty house and occasionally a cat who chimes in with a beep. It's good stuff. Go. We've got that base coated in yellow. Excellent. And then we just gotta do the cloth here, because that should have been base coated in yellow, and instead I base coated with red like a big dummy. But you know what? It happens, and it's okay. Allowed to have dumb moments. It'll get its nice checkerboard soon. Yeah, don't you worry, the red will get put back in. We'll get it back. We sure will. We sure will. What's up? Hello, Mytho Paints. I'm working on this Cosmic Brownie inspired troll. That's what we're working on tonight. I should have base coated some of the cloth in yellow so that I could checkerboard with a red pattern, but for some reason past me decided to base coat in red, so I'm painting that over. Then I'm probably gonna wrap it up for the night, because unfortunately it's getting close to 10 o'clock here, and I have a day job that I have to get up early for, so it sucks, but what can you do? Not at the point in my life where I can just throw in all of the cards on becoming a professional YouTube streamer and painting minis all day. That would be the life, but it's not mine just yet. Hopefully someday. That'd be cool. But for now, it's a brownie, cosmic brownie troll. It's part of my Crew Boys army. Ever try oil paints on minis? No, I haven't tried that. I hear that it's quite the hobby life changer, and I want to try it. I think it would be fun. I just haven't found the right project for it. Where I'm like, ooh, this is like the one that I want to use oil paints on, and I think would provide a really cool effect. So I'll see. It's definitely one of those things that I want to try out. because I hear that oil paints and oil washes are a very interesting aspect of the hobby and can upgrade your painting. I know that some other channels speak very highly of oil paints, but I don't know if I'm really going to enjoy the fumes and the having to wash stuff in mineral spirits. Just kind of a different process, so I don't know if I'll conquer that anytime soon, but it's on like the ever-growing list of hobby techniques I want to try. I think wet palette might be the next one that I try out and see if I like that at all. I usually just paint straight from the pot like they tell you not to do because I'm a heathen, so I think having a wet palette would at least encourage me to think about thinning my paint. But I want to try some color mixing and see where that takes me. So I think a wet palette would probably be the best call for something like that. Suggest that rather than picking your target, you suggest using 6 colors to start with. Yeah, kind of a limited palette. That could work. It's a good suggestion. Sorry to have you join us and then have to go so suddenly, but that is the base coating for the yellow finished. We got some progress made on this troll guy. It's probably going to be what we paint for the next couple of streams. But I am going to call it a night for this one, because I got to rest up for work tomorrow. Oh, and thank you for suggesting those colors. I appreciate it. I will definitely be making a video with my first wet palette attempt. So you'll have to wait and see whether I take your color suggestions or not. But I appreciate it. Thank you very much for your input, and thank you very much to everybody who watched this stream. I hope you have a great week, and tomorrow's Monday, but we can get through it. So I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.